welcome. This is a video tutorial and it is designed to help you prepare for the course. Specifically, I have designed this tutorial to help you find the announcements, the instructions for assignment, feedback from yours truly, and then finally I'd like to say a few things about email and phone contact. So, here we are in a basic classroom. I want to show you how to access this page. This is thought of as the home page of our course. To get there, you will just click on Course Home right here. And again, this is what you'll see. This is a class that just wrapped up, so these are actually messages that relate to the end of the course. But if you scroll down, you'll see here those messages from week 1. So the point is, the important thing to note here is that I post information I think students need to understand. Important instructions, deadlines, things of this nature. So if I post a message here, make sure that you review it, or you could be missing out on something very important, something instructional that might help you complete an assignment, for example. You can click on the announcements as such and expand them so you can read the details inside. So you can see that here. Alright, the next thing you want to do is to note, I would like to point out to you how to find instructions. So to do that, you just click on the appropriate week. In this case, we'll click week 1. And what appears here, you notice the screen changed. Watch again. I'll click on week 2. Ta-da! This is considered the lecture, the weekly lecture. So we'll look at week 1 again together. First thing I want to point out here at the top of the lecture is that you will find a to-do list. That's very helpful. It keeps you on track, keeps you on task. This is a basic description of the unit. Outcomes and objectives, also part of that summary. Then what follows is the lecture. We also have a textbook. Actually, you may even have a couple textbooks, but the lecture is probably the most important component of the reading assignment. Now, that is not to say the textbook is not important. It is. In fact, we'll use it to complete some very specific assignments along the way, but the lecture is going to always highlight maybe the most important objectives, the most important lessons. So, always read the lecture carefully. And the assignments will always be easier to complete after completing all of the reading. So, keep that in mind as well. But maybe the most important thing to note, and I'll do this again, is that to access the instructions for the weekly assignments, one must scroll all the way to the bottom. Look how close we are to the bottom here. And you find the weekly assignment, the instructions for that listed here, the quiz, and finally the discussion. So each week, early in the week, maybe before the week begins on Sunday, at least by Monday, students should have read this, should have reviewed this, especially paying close attention to the instructions. The reason I urge you to do this early in the week is it leaves plenty of time for questions. If you have any questions about these materials, you'll have plenty of time to receive a response from me. So, very important stuff. So we've covered the announcements, we've covered the instructions for assignments, and that leads us next to feedback, instructor feedback. So, here we are, we're looking at another classroom. When I grade your work, your writing assignments specifically, to review my comments, to see what I had to say about your work, you'll need to click on the gradebook first, and then you will need to select the assignment. You'll see something like this. This is a unit in the gradebook. And then to view my feedback, I'll always send it back as an attachment. So to read my attachment, you'll need to select it. And then you'll need to open it. And then finally, when the document opens, this isn't the best example in the world, but my point is there'll be an attachment, it needs to be opened, and you need to review the contents inside. So, very important to read this feedback. If you do not read my feedback to you, how will you ever make improvements? My feedback is designed to highlight weaknesses, to help you become aware of your own writing weaknesses. And then I'll also offer suggestions for improvement. So this advice is geared to help you improve as a writer, and that's going to help you to earn better grades in this class and in other classes as well. So make sure that each week, when I've graded your work, that you take the time to review this material, to read my comments and the grading rubric that I've returned. Okay. Where does that leave us then? Our final item? The final thing that I'd like to address is the need to communicate. I will phone you if you fall behind. I will email you if you're missing work. But it's only effective if these messages reach you, if I'm able to reach you with my phone calls and my email efforts. So I ask you to please test your email. Send me an email through the classroom. Test the system. And if I don't respond with, I received your test email, then we need to figure that out. Then you need to call me. You'll find all my contact information in the classroom, so use it. And another thing, don't hesitate to phone. I could see, I think of myself as an undergraduate student faced with the prospect of phoning my professor, and I could see why that would be intimidating. But I hope it never is. I try to be easy and approachable, easy to talk to and approachable. So I hope you always find me helpful that way. And I hope you'll never feel intimidated or self-conscious about calling. I really do want to answer your questions. I want to help. And I expect you to have questions. It's part of learning. So, and there are no stupid questions. If it's related to the course, if it's related to writing, of course, ask me. That's my job. So, I really am eager to help you. But I can only help you if I know you need assistance. And the way you can communicate that need to me is by writing me an email or phoning me. I also am available by Skype and AOL Instant Messenger. So lots of different avenues, but it's up to you to call. It's up to you to type out that message and send it to me. So I can't stress that enough. I hope you'll all. I hope at some point I'll speak to everyone. I hope you will phone. All right. Well, that concludes my video tutorial. You know where to find the announcements, you know where to find the instructions, you know where to find my feedback, and you know how important it is to email me and call. So, you're ready. I want you all to earn A's. Truly. Nothing would make me happier than issuing every one of you an A at the end of this course, so let's make that happen. Let's make it a great term. Thank you very much for watching my video tutorial. Have a great first week. Bye-bye.